to my kitchen again. Now it's Christmas time and I have been doing so much baking today, and I thought I would share my recipe of Santa's favourite sugar cookies with you. Really, really simple to do. The recipe is going to pop up now. In my bowl I've got my sugar and I'm going to pop in my softened butter. Now I must make sure that it's soft because otherwise you're not going to get the right consistency. Let's pop that over there. Now I'm going to cream the sugar and the butter together. Now I'm hoping my wire is going to stretch. As you can see, I've got all of my Christmassy things out and it's taking up a lot of room. So let me go over here with this and we're going to cream this. Woo! Getting a cloud of ice and sugar. It's a little bit like snow. This is going to be a bit noisy, so I'll try and speed this up. There, so I just want to show you the consistency, so it's all nice and soft and creamed. But to that we are going to add our 1 egg. And a little bit of vanilla essence. Now you only need about a teaspoon. I'm putting a little bit more than I think I put 1.5 teaspoons in there because I do love my vanilla. So let's give that another mix. Now this is where we start to use a wooden spoon because we're going to put our vanilla in, our flour in here. Let's give that a little tap. Oh, it's lovely and soft now. Can you see that? And we're going to start adding our flour and custard powder. And remember, custard powder is my secret ingredient. So I'm going to put half of it in to start off with. Oops. Pop that lemon back up there. Oh, doesn't want to stay with the other fruit. Give this a mix. We're going to form this into a dough now. And you might have to get your hands in here eventually. But at the moment, we're okay with our wooden spoon. Can you see it all coming together to a dough? We're going to pop the rest in now. Put that over there. And we'll work it in. Don't want to work it too much because it will make the dough a little bit tough and they won't be nice and crunchy to eat afterwards. So we're going to mix this all up. I think the time has come to get our hands in there. So let's pull that off there. We're going to get our hands in and we're just going to squeeze gently to bring it all together into a dough. Now if you wanted to add a little bit of lemon zest, you can at this stage, or orange. You might want to put some cinnamon in there. That'd be really nice this time of year. This is the stage that you would put it in. So let's get this into our nice dough. There we go, it's all starting to come together. Get it off my fingers. Now I've used actually proper butter for this because it does make a big difference. You can use, if you've been following some of my cookery videos before, Flora Buttery, because that is really, really good. But it doesn't give the nice crispy texture that you get from butter or a sort of a hard spread. That's what you're looking for. There we go. And my dough is nearly all together. So let's sprinkle a bit of flour onto my surface. Get my dough out. get it off my fingers as well. And can we gently push it together, and we're going to just form a nice soft smooth dough. Now it's really important we don't put too much flour onto our worktop, because then you're going to be adding more flour to the recipe and the texture of the cookies are just going to change. Now we're going to split this in half. I'm going to pop half over there, and we will just gather all this up and we'll start rolling it out. Now loads and loads of different shape cookie cutters are available at the moment, and I do know Bargain Buys have actually got a big set of different plastic Christmas cookie cutters. I think they're about £1.50, so that's not bad at all, because I think you get about 10 cutters there, and that's also you could also use them for Play-Doh afterwards as well. So let's put a tiny little bit more flour on here. There's my lovely dough. Got my rolling pin. Give that a little flour. Pop that one over there. And let's just give it a gentle roll. Turn it around. Now, we don't want these too thick, but we don't want them too thin. So, I'm going to judge this now. Oh dear. And I think we're going to be looking at maybe the size of a coin. Mrs. Davies is still in old things, so she's still in inches and ounces, which I know is terrible, but because I was taught that when I was a little girl, it's hard to get out of my system. So let's see, we're looking at about the size, the depth of about a £1 coin. So that does actually seem quite thick, but it's not too bad. Okay, so I have got, let's get all this off my hands. I have got snowflake cutter. So we're going to cut some snowflake shapes out, and pop that onto my baking tray. Let's get these, some more. Pop that on, space them out, and these are going to go in the oven 180 degrees, and they're going to go in for approximately 10 to 12 minutes. You'll know when they're done because they're going to be starting to go golden on the edges. They don't take that long at all. I'm going to hold one up so you can see. Can you see the thickness? I'm not sure if you can from there. But I would say, yeah, about a £1 coin, I would think. But you can see already I've got 7 lovely sized biscuits cut out. So those are going on the tray. So they are actually going to make quite a lot of biscuits. Now then, the other thing that you can do with these is turn them into stained glass biscuits. So you would cut out your snowflake, cut a little circle, get a very small circle cutter, cut that out in the middle, pop it on the baking tray, crush up some boiled sweets or candy canes, and then give a little sprinkling when it's on the baking tray. Give a little sprinkling of those in the middle in that round hole that you've cut, and then that should it will all melt when it's in the oven. Then when it's dry, it will be a nice crisp, sort of like a stained glass window marble effect. So I'm just realising I'm doing all this with my hands, and my hands have got dough all over them. I'm really sorry about that. All the joys of cooking, isn't it? So we've got all this dough left, plus don't forget we got this one here. The other thing you can do is pop some chocolate chips in here as well for some chocolate chip cookies. But I'm just going to pop that to one side. Now this dough here is fabulous for freezing. So another trick as well, pop everything that you want in here. I love orange zest, cinnamon and chopped up cranberries. Pop it in there, roll it into a log. Let's just do this now as if I've got everything in there. A little bit of magic. Squash it all up. Roll it into a log. You're going to put cling film on that, and you're going to pop that in the freezer. bring it out the freezer and slice it up into little cookies, and then you can put in the oven. Now I'm going to go and pop these in the oven now. They're going to take, as I said, about 10 to 12 minutes. Then you're going to leave them on the tray for about 5 minutes and then turn them out onto a wire cooling rack, and then we'll be able to decorate them. So I'll be back soon when we start the decorating. See you soon. Hello, I'm back with you, and my sugar cookies are out of the oven. Now I have got to tell you a little bit of a secret. My sugar cookies, look at them. They are golden around the edges, but they're also a little bit more golden here. And the reason why is these took about 12 minutes in the oven, and really I should have got them out after 10 minutes. But I was busy chatting to Miss Reese. So I think we are going to blame Miss Reese for these just being a little bit more golden. But it doesn't matter that they've stayed in that much longer. They are still really, really delicious. Now we are going to decorate these. So I'm going to move the camera down so you can see the very, very basic icing that I am going to use. Okay, so I have got some icing sugar in my bowl here, and I've got some water. Now we don't want a really, really runny icing, so we just need to put a little bit of water in. Doesn't need too much. Give it a little stir, and it's surprising how little water you need in making this type of icing. So just add a tiny little bit at a time. And you see it's all starting to come together. I do need a little bit more, but as I said, just add it in gradually, because if you add too much, it becomes really, really runny, and then you've got to add lots more icing sugar, and then you get a lot of icing that you don't really need. Give this a little stir. Now we do obviously want it a little bit runnier, so a tiny bit more water. And can you see already this is coming nice and runny? Can you see? There we go. Give it a good old stir. And it's, so it's not really, really watery. It is sort of quite thick. Now you've got two options here. You can have this a little bit thicker and pipe onto your cookies, or you can just drizzle it on and let the children have a great time decorating them. So come on down here. Here's my sugar cookie. Now all we're going to do, see if I can get the right place to do it in to show you. There we go. We are just going to spoon some icing on, and you can just squidge it all out, have it in the middle, just squidge it to the edges. Can you see that? I'm just going to have that little blob in the middle. See if I can get you seeing that. And then we're just going to put some sprinkles on. Give it a little sprinkle, because Santa loves sprinkles. Look at that. Yum, yum. Santa's going to love that on Christmas Eve. So let's just have another little blob. What I like doing with my snowflake cookies is actually piping little lines along here just to make it look like a snowflake. But not everybody has piping bags and piping nozzles, so you can just have sprinkles. So carry on decorating all of those. They are really delicious, but I don't know whether you can hear this, but I'm going to give you a little... Did you hear that snap? They are really nice and crunchy. Woo! And they've got that lovely, lovely snap because, oh, I'm going to come down here. Got my glasses on now to talk to you. They've got that lovely, lovely snap because of my secret ingredient. Can you remember what that was? Custard powder. Really, really weird. But custard powder is really just corn flour with a bit of vanilla in it. And the corn flour does give it that little bit of extra crisp. Now, I've also got these here. Do you remember I said about rolling up the extra dough into a log and popping it into the freezer? And then when you want it, just pull it out and slice it into little cookies like this. Now, I did also tell you about one of my favourites at Christmas time, which is orange peel, cranberries and cinnamon. And that's what I've done with this. Now, with these as well, I just sprinkled a little bit of sugar on the top before I put them in the oven to cook. But look at these. They are delicious. Now, I have to hide these from Mr. Davies because he absolutely loves them. So I do let him have some, but I do hide them from him as well. So that's my basic sugar cookie recipe, Santa's sugar cookie recipe, because I know how much he loves them. So have a go at making those, particularly if you're at home doing online learning at the moment. If you get a little bit of time, have a go at these. They are yummy, yummy, yummy. So until next time, hold on, here we go. Have a little sprinkling of my elf dust. I'll see you next time. Bye.